Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 19 of the third season of the DRL Red Bull GT Series. After today, we have four more races left to go until we crown our champion. J Harmon starts on the pole position in that number 9. He is 18th in the points table. Alongside of him is Cody Goforth in the 75, making his fourth DRL Red Bull GT Series start. Not in contention for the championship, Zachary Fitzwater in row number 2. Fitzwater comes into this race, lost the spot down to 10th in the standings, still has a possible chance to make the championship. And Trinity Lee alongside in the number 23 machine. Trinity Lee drops 7 spots down to 27th in points. She is mathematically ineligible to win the championship. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, Kyle Langland starts last in this race. Point standings coming in this race. Kyler Anderson still the points leader. It's now 6 points over T Noguera. Bradley Reim is a whopping 30 points back, third in the standings. Carlos Rodriguez is now the rookie points leader, 40 points back of the overall points lead. Nathan Murphy jumped up 7 spots to 5th in the standings. T Mauser dropped 3 spots down to 6th in the standings. W Parrish jumped up a spot to 7th. Sebastian Palmer dropped 4 spots down to 8th. He is tied with Chaz Farmer and Zachary Fitzwater. As the cars are rolling off behind the convertible pace car. It's like nobody's having any issues, which is a good thing. Getting ready for our final road course race on the season. We're almost done with the season for the Red Bull GT Series. And here we go, 16 laps of racing. We are green here at Papyrus. "16 laps of racing doesn't seem like a long race, but consider this is a high-speed road course here in Massachusetts, Waltham to be exact. It is a 3.77-mile road course. 70 miles an hour is the pit road speed. And this road course could play a major factor in this race, as we have 4 more races left to go after today's race. And contact between J Harmon and Zachary Fitzwater did a little damage to J Harmon's machine, as Fitzwater is going to have a run on the 9. Oh, we got a wreck. Springer is around. Oh my god, it's the big one. Lot of cars torn up. Dylan Van Dyke is involved. The points leader, Kyler Anderson, W Parrish, Dylan Van Dyke, Bradley Reim, Andrew Williams, last week's winner, T Noguera, second in points. Kaiser got a piece of it. And the caution is out. And this might have just thrown the championship wide open as a result of this. That was a huge wreck on lap number 1 of this race. Jesse Art torn up, Anthony Finelli, Logan Williams, Summer Wagner. I'm just naming off drivers. Kyle Langland, Gator Racing, Nathan Murphy, Jackson Harrison, Jared Johnson's involved, Reagan Whitlock. As the caution's out for the first time today, let's see what in the world happened. The big one strikes at Papyrus and took out some of our championship contenders as a result. The officials have thrown the red flag as a result of this, which actually I need to do that right now. There is so much debris from leaving the scene of the accident. They have stopped the field on that one straightaway going into turn 6. This is where it starts. Brooke Packett, looks like she gets in the wall there, And then nowhere for Ari Springer to go in the 6th. And this is in front of majority of the field. We're actually going to go to Brooke Packett. Courtney Lynn's going to have nowhere to go. Cody Smart, Annie Crenshaw might have got a piece of it. Yep. And then as soon as those cars and Will Parrish comes back in front of the track, there's just nowhere for anybody else to go. It's like the track just becomes completely blocked. There's Bradley Ream getting shoved in the guardrail. Tatiana Noguera, that's second in points. We've already mentioned the points leader, Kyler Anderson. Look at how many cars go upside down. Jarrett Johnson, there's Bradley Ream, third in points. Carlos Rodriguez was involved. That's, by the way, the rookie points leader, Nathan Murphy. So the top 5 in the championship were all involved in this incident. Now I want to see who clipped the 4 of Will Parrish. I wonder who gets Will Parrish. I think it was Springer. Yep, it was Springer. When he comes in front of the track, there's just nowhere for Palmer to go, and then Cody Smart comes up, collects everybody else. Just look at the track. There's just nowhere to go. What can you do? Logan Williams involved. Andrew Williams 1 week removed. Look at Geisha Racing climbed over the top of Jared Johnson. Holy cow. Look at that. Holy cow. These are GT cars, for goodness sakes. Holy cow. I mean, Jared Johnson just launched the 38 over Cody Smart. There's J Ard involved. I don't know if J Ard got a piece of it or not, if he was in front of this wreck or not. Nope, Sean was in front of the wreck. He did a good job missing that. So did Addison Peterson. There's Tatiana Noguera, second in points. We are going to have a lot of drivers out of this one. A lot. And like I said, this is going to have major championship implications. As the caution's out for the first time today, the big one at Papyrus took out 3/4 of the field. Let's get to the restart here at Papyrus, see who in the world is left after this major accident. Lights are up on top of the pace car. We're going to go back to green on lap number 6 of 16, would give us a total of 11 laps to go. These are the drivers that are left in this race. Zachary Fitzwater is the leader. Trinity Lee second. Cody Goforth third. Josh Harmon fourth. Skylar Taylor fifth. T Mauser sixth. Henrietta Fitzwater seventh. Salma Doskin eighth. Luis Hernandez ninth. And Tatsumi Takashi completes the top 10. Sebastian Palmer is 11th. Isaac Willis 12th. J Ard 13th. Ricky Cervantes 14th with Nathan Murphy in 15th. So the top 14 were not involved in this, but Nathan Murphy has no hood on his GMAC Camaro. Chaz Farmer 16th, Elena Rohr 17th, 18th is Emma Kaiser, 19th Skylar Addison Peterson, and Tatiana Noguera second in points is 20th. 21st Ingrid Pollard, 22nd Dylan Van Dyke, Bradley Ream 23rd, 24th Carlos Rodriguez, 25th is Matty Crenshaw, and 26th is Logan Williams. Drivers out, and there are a lot of them. I mean a lot of them. Andrew Williams, Brooke Packett, which, by the way, Brooke Packett got front-end damage that when she was trying to slow down under the yellow. Cody Smart, Will Parrish, Annie Crenshaw, J Ard, Ari Springer, Courtney Lynn, Reagan Whitlock in the 88. Tough break for him, making sure I didn't forget anybody. The points leader, Kyler Anderson, out of the race in 36. Anthony Finelli, Jared Johnson, Gator Racing, Jackson Harrison, Summer Wagner, and Kyle Langland have all gone behind the wall. Those are the drivers officially out of the race. And like I said, that was 3/4 of the field right there, folks. At least 3/4. Good night. This is going to really throw the championship wide open from that. And I'm looking at through the points here. That's 6 of the top 10 drivers involved that got damage. Anderson, Noguera, Reim, Rodriguez, Murphy, and Parrish. You can also add Sebastian Palmer to that list. Was not expecting that, as we're back to green here on lap number 6 of 16. Question is going to be how many of them are going to be up to speed after that humongous wreck. As Trinity Lee's going to go underneath Zachary Fitzwater for the race lead. That is definitely the big one we've just had here at Papyrus. As Trinity Lee just got up in the wall, that's going to allow Summit Ozkan to lead. And look at this mess. There's Sebastian Palmer, who got a little bit of damage, but thankfully got through that. As Addison Peterson just got up in the guardrail. They're just trying to get around all these damaged race cars that were involved in that first wreck. And we're finally back. And we're finally going to complete a green flag lap. Thank goodness for that. But a lot of cars took a lot of hard hits. And we got a lot of drivers now in the infield care center as a result. I kind of expected all the damaged cars were going to be off the pace, like Carlos Rodriguez, Tatiana Noguera, second in points. There's Logan Williams, Dylan Van Dyke, Bradley Reams got a little hood buckle, Kaiser got a little bit of damage. Just didn't expect that to happen as Trinity Lee gets right back around Summit Ozkan. And remember, Nathan Murphy, Carlos Rodriguez, those were the two drivers that were first and second in points in regards to the Rookie of the Year standings. Palmer has continued on, so has Elena Aurora. So that big wreck really did a lot of implications in terms of not just the points, but the Rookie of the Year standings heading into Daytona next week. Thankfully, I can tell everybody that all the drivers that were involved in that big wreck on lap number 1 have either climbed out of their cars okay or driven their cars back to the garage, even though they had to go to the infield care center. Thankfully, all the drivers involved are okay, but that was a major wreck we were not expecting, especially on the first lap of the race. And I cannot remember the last time we had a giant wreck that big in any of my series that I remember of. I remember the Buffalo Wild Wings series that Ricky had a humongous wreck during green flag pit stops. As we're past the halfway point of this race. And now the 34 has gone behind the wall. Why is Chaz Farmer out of the race? Oh, we must have had an incident that I was not aware of. And the caution did not come out. Let's see what happened to Chaz. Oh, well, there you go. It's like he got up into the wall, and Kaiser had a hell of a speed and just turns the 34 into the guardrail. So that probably would answer why Chaz Farmer has gone behind the wall as a result. So let me count. We had 4, 10, 16 drivers out of the race, and now you can add 17. That would be Chaz Farmer. 16 drivers involved. 16 drivers that are out of the race. Chaz Farmer has been picked up by the medical team. He is off to the medical center, but he is out of the car and okay. Boy, that was you can say that's kind of a Talladega wreck that nobody was expecting. As by the way, T Mauser just got around Summit Ozkan for the lead. As Mauser just got the wall, and Ozkan will retake the lead. This is really going to shake up the points after this race. And like I said, that was like almost 3/4 of the field that didn't get any damage out of that. Nathan Murphy, the last car running on the lead lap. So is Matty Crenshaw. Tatiana Noguera second in points. Carlos Rodriguez, the rookie points leader. From 17th on down, with the exception of Addie Peterson, they were all involved in that big wreck on lap number 1. As Mauser is going to retake the lead here. Who's that on the wall? That was Skylar Taylor. Currently running in the 3rd position. Good run for Sky. Sky dropped 4 spots down to 22nd in points. And she's going to probably gain a lot of points on a lot of drivers out of the race. And as I look at the points, that's basically everybody inside the top 10 in points, with the exception of Fitzwater, that was involved. Well, Sean caused a lot of carnage. I'll give him that, as Ingrid Paul is running in 10th. As Summit Ozkan, currently the race leader. Everybody can make it 16 laps on 1 tank of fuel. As here comes Tima Mauser in the 10 machine, going to go ahead and retake the race lead. Timo Mauser came as race 6 in points. Well, you can include him and Fitzwater, who's not been involved in a wreck. And with the top 5 in the points that have had troubles today, Timo Mauser is going to really capitalize on a lot of people's misfortunes. But will it be enough to take the points lead? The answer is more than likely going to be a no. And the thing with the Chaz Farmer incident, because that was towards the rear of the field, DRL officials did not throw a caution because Chaz Farmer did get his car going. So that's why the caution did not come out. And since Chaz Farmer kept it going and stayed out of the way, we stayed under green. But of course, Chaz Farmer is now back behind the wall, and he joins those 16 drivers that were involved, all back behind the walls. There's Zachary Fitzwater. We're coming to 3 laps of racing to go. Skylar Taylor really going to also gain a lot of points. I can tell you the points are going to get really shaken up after this race. I think that's probably our biggest wreck of the year. That wreck we just had just now. And I'm going to also check and see if we raced here last season. Since this track is wide enough. No is the answer. We have never raced here at Papyrus before, so this will be our first ever event at this track. That's probably a good thing. As Ozkan gets into the wall, that's going to allow T Mauser to go by. And also, Lane Aurora is now in second. Lane Aurora, also one of the drivers battling for the Rookie of the Year honors and also maybe for the championship, and with a number of people ahead of her in the points that got involved in the big one back on lap number 1. This is going to possibly put her back in title contention. Aurora is 11th in points, and like I said, with 8 of the top 10 drivers in the points that had troubles today, we are going to have a very shaken up point standings. And don't forget the Oreo Cup Series will be coming here later this year. Oh, by the way. Man, oh man. All the drivers involved have been checked and released from the medical center, so that's good news there. Trinity Lee just got up in the wall. How Zachary Fitzwater survived through the carnage, I don't know. Cody Goforth, ditto. Takashi, ditto. Skylar Taylor's off the pace. Looks like she got the wall. She got in the wall a little bit more than the rest of these drivers. And how in the world is J Ard still in this race is beyond me. And there's Henrietta Fitzwater. Isaac Willis, Ricky Cervantes having a good run. So is Sebastian Palmer. Ingrid Puller's now in 15th. Bradley Reim, who did get a piece of that wreck. There's Josh Harmon, our pole sitter, running in 17th. And by the way, we just took the white flag, so this is the last lap of the race. And traffic for the leaders. Coming up, Samad Ozkan looking to go to victory lane here in the 06 for only the second time of his career. He's got the 2 DVR girls of Lee and Aurora breathing down his neck as those 3 just got up into the wall. And here comes Mauser going right on by. Cody Goforth also got up into that guardrail. But I don't think that 2 car is going to be a factor in this. I think Ozkan is going to be home free. As here comes Samad Ozkan through turn 7 for the final time for his second career DRL Red Bull GT Series win and his second win of the year. Samad Ozkan is going to take the final road course race of the season, and he will win at Papyrus. Drag race for second is going to go to Trinity Lee over Elena Aurora. Oh boy. With the results I'm seeing, what is this going to do to the championship with 4 races remaining? I can tell you it's turned this championship upside down just like that. As the standings are official, Logan Williams blew a tire. That's going to hurt him. He was having a good run today. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Standings are now official. That's going to really hurt him in the running order. Samad Ozkan will also get Rookie of the Race. Trinity Lee will get second. That's still a wonderful run for Trinity Lee. Comes in this race 27th in points, and with a lot of drivers ahead of her who had troubles today, she's going to really capitalize on the misfortunes of those drivers. Elaine Aurora third. This will no doubt put her in the top 10 in the points. And she also, as I look at the points here, she was a total of 9 points back of Carlos Rodriguez. And Rodriguez ended up finishing 21st. Aurora finished third. That's 18 points. Elena Aurora might have retaken the rookie points lead heading into next week at Daytona. Cody Goforth got fourth. T Mauser will get fifth. Timo was 44 points. He is going to gain a lot of points on Kyler Anderson, T Noguera, so he might have put himself back into championship contention. Kasumi Takashi got sixth. This could put her in the top 10 in the points with a lot of drivers ahead of her that had troubles today. Zachary Fitzwater will stay in the top 10 in the points with a 7th place result. Luis Hernandez will get 8th. Great run for him. Sean Art will get 9th. Sean's also going to be another one of those drivers that's going to gain a lot of points on drivers who crashed out of the race today. And Skylar Taylor, ditto for her. She'll be in the top 20 in the points, if not top 15, with a 10th place result. Ingrid Pollard was the last of those drivers that were not involved in any incident, as she joins Henrietta Fitzwater, Isaac Willis, Ricky Cervantes, Sebastian Palmer in the top 15. Those top 15 were not involved in got any damage as a result of this, which is a good thing. From Josh Harmon on down, they were involved in a lot of incidents in that big wreck on lap number 1. With Harmon getting 16th, Bradley Ream, Dylan Van Dyke, Addison Peterson, and Emma Kaiser. Remember, Bradley Ream came as race third in the points. He was trying to run down Kyler Anderson for the points lead. Nathan Murphy was the last car that finished. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, with the exception of Logan Williams and Chaz Farmer, Logan Williams blew a tire. That's a tough break for him, mechanical failure. Chaz Farmer also wrecked but did not bring out the caution. And then from Andrew Williams all the way down to Kyle Langland, they were out of the race after that giant wreck that took part in turn number 1, which claimed the points leader. Kyler Anderson collected Tatiana Noguera, who finished 22nd, who was second in points. Rookie points leader Carlos Rodriguez. And that's a big shame if you ask me. So I can tell you the points got a major jumbillation and threw the championship completely wide open in that regard. What will the points look like? You'll find that out when you see it down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy race here at Papyrus. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS Race Crew today. We've shown your full finish results. Your points are down the description. You'll see how jumbled up it got going into next week at Daytona International Speedway. We'll see you guys next time. We'll have our Oreo Cup Series race coming your way very soon. Hope you'll join us for that. But until then, I've been DeVol signing off. You've been watching another broadcast of the DRL Red Bull GT Series on the PCS Race Sports and Gaming channel, celebrating 15 years as the best center racing around the world since 2017. So long from Massachusetts.